The information presented in this video is for informational and news reporting purposes only. As of April 2026, the case allegedly involving Quadajah Holly Johnson is an active legal proceeding. Under United States law, every defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, accuracy notice. While this report is based on the latest available court records and appellate motions, legal situations can change rapidly. This video specifically addresses the appellate court's motion to reconsider and does not constitute a final verdict or an official statement from the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. This video contains copyrighted material, news footage, public photographs, and court documents, the use of which has not always been specifically authorized by the copyright owner. We are making such material available in our efforts to advance understanding of criminal justice issues and provide news commentary. This constitutes a fair use of any such copyrighted material as provided for in Section 107 of the U.S. copyright law. The legal battle surrounding Quadajah Holly Johnson has reached a fever pitch, and today, we are addressing the explosive reports that have set social media on fire. Did the appeals court just order the release of Holly Johnson? Since the fatal September 2025 shooting of Romeca Meeks Blackman in Chicago's South Loop, this case has been a maze of legal maneuvers and high-stakes appeals. But we need to look at the cold, hard facts of the court record as of April 2026. If you have been following the quest for justice in the Romeca Meeks case, make sure you subscribe to our channel right now, because the truth about Holly Johnson's current location is not what you might think. The legal battle over Quadajah Holly Johnson's detention has reached a critical turning point as of April 2026. While widespread rumors of her immediate release have circulated, the factual reality is a more complex procedural move by the Illinois Appellate Court. As of April 22, 2026, the Appellate Court has not ordered her immediate release, but it has officially granted a motion to reconsider her conditions of pretrial relief. This means the higher court is requiring the lower court to re-examine whether restrictive measures, such as electronic monitoring, could be sufficient to protect the community while she awaits trial. At Cold Trail Crime, we are committed to responsible and factual reporting. We do not base our content on rumors, speculation, or hearsay. Every video is built on publicly available information, verified reports, and documented developments. Our goal is to present clear timelines, analyze known facts, and discuss updates in a fair and balanced manner. We respect the legal process and acknowledge that all individuals are presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law. When new information emerges, we carefully distinguish between confirmed details and claims that are still unverified. Our focus is to inform viewers, not mislead them, and to encourage thoughtful discussion grounded in evidence. However, we are 100 subscribers away from our goal. Kindly make the numbers count today by subscribe to our channel now. This will help us on our day-to-day news analysis and information reporting regarding crime events. Cold Trail Crime is dedicated to accuracy, transparency, and responsible true crime coverage. We aim to follow the facts, wherever they lead, while maintaining respect for those affected by the cases we discuss. Subscribe to our channel now. Here is the current factual breakdown of her status. Custody status. Quadajah Johnson remains in custody at the Cook County Jail. Appellate ruling. The court did not overturn her detention, but did order a new hearing specifically to evaluate if pretrial release conditions are now appropriate. May 6th hearing. The next major court appearance is scheduled for May 6, 2026. This is expected to be a pivotal session where the lower court will respond to the appellate mandate and potentially finalize discovery matters before Mother's Day. Prosecution stance. Prosecutors continue to argue for her detention, citing the South Loop school zone location of the shooting and forensic ghost data recovered from mobile devices as proof of a high risk to community safety. Reports of her being free largely stem from the initial phase of the case in September 2025, when she was briefly released without charges while police gathered further evidence. before being arrested and charged with first-degree murder in December 2025. As we dive into the appellate court's recent activity, we have to clarify a major point of confusion. There are widespread reports claiming that Holly Johnson has been granted pretrial release, but here is the factual reality. While her legal team, led by attorney Ari Williams, has been fighting aggressively in the Illinois Appellate Court, the court has not issued an order for her immediate release. Instead, on April 21, 2026, the Appellate Court granted a motion to reconsider the conditions of her pretrial relief. This means the higher court is requiring the lower court to take another look at the evidence. But as of this moment, Quadajah Johnson remains behind bars at the Cook County Jail. If you believe in following the evidence wherever it leads, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our emergency update when the final ruling drops. The confusion for many viewers stems from the initial stages of this case. You might remember that immediately following the shooting in September 2025, Holly Johnson was briefly detained and then released without charges while police gathered more surveillance and witness data. She wasn't formally charged with first-degree murder and rearrested until December 2025, which created a revolving door narrative in the public eye. But today, the stakes are much higher. The prosecution is leaning on ghost data recovered from mobile devices and the 27-minute lying in wait timeline to argue that she remains a real and present danger to the community. If you want to see the forensic truth that the mainstream media is missing, please like the video and subscribe. Help us push this story 10,000 more viewers today as we look toward the critical May 6th hearing, the final court date before Mother's Day. The tension between the self-defense claim and the calculated ambush theory is at an all-time high. The defense argues that Holly acted in fear for her unborn child, but the court is currently reviewing unconfirmed reports regarding her pregnancy status while in custody. While the appellate court's review has given her team a glimmer of hope, the door has not officially opened. We are tracking every legal filing to see if the judge will eventually grant her electronic monitoring, or if the school zone enhancement will keep her detained until the 2028 trial disposition. Thank you for your support as we navigate this complex legal journey. We are here to separate the viral rumors from the verified court facts. Now subscribe and let's make sure Romeca Meeks Blackman's justice is built on a foundation of truth. Do you think the appeals court should grant her release on electronic monitoring, or is the judge right to keep her detained? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's start the most intense debate in the community. The complexity of this appellate review centers on a specific legal technicality regarding the Pretrial Fairness Act. While the viral headlines suggest the door is open, the factual reality is that the appellate court has remanded the case back to the lower court for a more detailed explanation of why less restrictive conditions, like electronic monitoring, would not suffice to protect the community. This is a procedural victory for the defense, but it is not a ticket home. The prosecution is already preparing to counter this by presenting the documented fist bump evidence and the alleged history of stalking as proof that no amount of monitoring can mitigate the risk. If you are finding this legal breakdown of the Romeca Meeks case eye-opening, please like the video and subscribe to our community as we track the judge's next move. Furthermore, we must address the digital shadow cast by the Carlos Smith investigation, which continues to influence the court's decision on Holly's detention. There are reports that the appellate court is also looking at whether the presence of a third party at the scene, someone who has not yet been charged, makes Holly a potential flight risk or a risk for witness intimidation. This is exactly why the May 6th hearing is so vital. It's the moment the lower court must respond to the appellate court's mandate with a final, airtight ruling. If you believe that the law should be applied with absolute precision, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications for our May 6th breakdown. As Mother's Day approaches, the emotional weight of this release or detain debate is reaching a boiling point in Chicago. Romeca Meeks Blackman's family has been vocal, stating that any form of release for the woman charged with her murder would be a slap in the face to the son Romeca left behind. We are tracking a community petition that has garnered thousands of signatures demanding that Holly remain in custody until the trial. This is a story about the intersection of a new legal system and a grieving city. Thank you for riding with us through this deep dive. Now subscribe and let's make sure the truth of the Holly Johnson appeals is the only thing trending. The legal strategy behind this latest appellate move is being scrutinized under a microscope. While the defense claims that Holly Johnson is being unlawfully detained, given her lack of a prior criminal record, the prosecution is pivoting to a factual focus on the weapon itself. We are talking about the concealed carry license and the state's argument that possessing a firearm in a school zone during a confrontation automatically elevates the risk to the public. If the lower court judge doubles down on the danger to the community, ruling during the May 6th remand hearing, the appellate court's intervention may end up being a short-lived procedural hurdle rather than a release order. There is also the matter of the identity mirroring allegations that have reportedly been briefed to the court. Prosecutors are arguing that this wasn't just a random dispute, but a long-term, documented obsession that makes the defendant's behavior unpredictable. They are presenting evidence of the stalking no-contact orders, not as a defense for Holly, but as proof that she was the one fixated on Romeca Meeks Blackman. This psychological profile is a key reason why the judge initially ruled that no set of conditions, not even home confinement, could guarantee the safety of Romeca's surviving family members. To stay updated on the psychological deep dive into this case, hit that subscribe button right now. Do you think the appellate court is being too lenient by asking for a reconsideration of her release? Share your legal theories in the comments, and let's get the truth trending.